Advertisement serves two basic functions. First, it informs. Advertisements aims to provide information and knowledge to customers so that they become aware of the benefits and features of a certain product. Secondly, it aims to persuade. Advertisement is designed to be biased, to appeal to the needs of customers, and therefore to influence their purchasing decision. However, in pursuit of persuasion, is it ever okay to lie? My name is Wen Tan, and in today's video, I will present to you our group's view on this issue. But before we jump into the answers, let me share with you a couple of interesting case studies. The first case study is on Bud Light. Bud Light is the largest beer brand in the United States, and it is also one of the biggest spenders on TV advertising. Back in 1991, the company was sued for false advertising, and the plaintiff argued that the Bud Light beer was portrayed to have magical ability to attract beautiful women on TV, when in reality it doesn't work at all. Therefore, he wants the company to compensate him for going through all the emotional distress of watching as a result of watching the ads. The second case is on GSK, which is a pharmaceutical company that's involved in one of the largest healthcare fraud in the United States. Between 1998 and 2004, GSK promoted an antidepressant that they claimed to be non-habit forming. However, in a later study, regulators found out that's not the case at all. In fact, GSK's antidepressant is highly addictive and has some of the worst withdrawal problems for its users. Needless to say, regulators were not too happy with their findings and they filed a lawsuit against the company. From a Kantian's perspective, what Bud Light and GSK have done are unethical, because according to categorical imperative, it's simply wrong to lie. So Bud Light should not have exaggerated the beer's ability to function as a social lubricant, and GSK should not have marketed its antidepressant as non-habit forming. However, if we look at the cases from a utilitarian's perspective, our conclusion is slightly different. A utilitarian will be alright with Bud Light's exaggeration of its beer, and that's because of three reasons. First of all, no reasonable people believe in the ads anyway, therefore no one is misled and no one is harmed, and therefore there's no negative consequence to the social utility in the short term. Secondly, even if we assume Bud Light intended to lie to their customers about the attractiveness of the beer, it would be self-defeating to lie, because for any advertisement to be effective, the audience must trust the ads. And for the audience to trust the ads, the product has to satisfy their expectation. Therefore, even if you allow all firms to start to exaggerate their product today, the long-term consequence will be minimum, because customers will simply stop trusting the firms that over-exaggerate their products and stop buying from them. Lastly, believe it or not, these funny commercials actually do make some people happy. Judging from the likes on YouTube, Bud Light's commercials do have some positive impact on social utility. However, in the case of GSK, a utilitarian would not be okay with the false advertisement because of two reasons. First of all, in the short term, patients were harmed and social utility were reduced. Secondly, if all pharmaceutical companies adopt the same marketing tactics in the long term, there will be disastrous outcome. No one would believe in the ads from the big pharmaceutical firms, and the healthcare industry could cease to function. In conclusion, our group believes that there are two very important criteria that needs to be considered when answering this particular question. First of all, we need to figure out if the exaggeration is on product or non-product information. It would be okay for Bud Light to depict its beer as a social lubricant, but it wouldn't be alright for GSK to lie about the factual side effects of its drugs. Secondly, it's important to look at who is the audience. No one in their right mind would believe, or no one in their right mind would be misled by Bud Light's funny commercial, but desperate patients could be very much misled by the false information from GSK. Lastly, I believe it's worthwhile highlighting that the marketing is by nature biased, and they only show the half-truth that they want to show. All of us know that, and that's why most of us don't make our decisions purely based on what we saw on TV. It's certainly important for advertisers to be ethical, but from our group's point of view, it would be too harsh to say that it's categorically wrong to exaggerate or to lie in any advertisement.